In Korea, food is not just something you order. Sometimes, it becomes a whole street, a market, a neighborhood, even a city's identity. So today, I'm not just showing you 5 famous Korean foods. I'm showing you where to feel them properly. If you want to taste Korea beyond the tourist checklist, start here. This is a full guide for your K-food journey. Korean food is more global than ever. Recent survey data showed strong overseas awareness, preference, and satisfaction for Korean cuisine. Korean-style fried chicken ranked as the most preferred dish, while bibimbap and grilled pork belly remained major favorites. Gimbap has grown into a global sensation of its own, and foods like tteokbokki are now recognized far beyond Korea. But here's the important part. In Korea, these foods are still deeply tied to the places that shaped them. That is what makes this trip special. First, tteokbokki. If Korean street food had a signature color, it might be this red. Sweet, spicy, glossy, and impossible to ignore. But if you want more than a quick snack version, come to Sindang-dong Tteokbokki Town in Seoul. This is the place most closely tied to the rise of instant tteokbokki. The kind that arrives in a pan and keeps cooking right on your table. It's lively, dramatic, and made for sharing. You don't just eat it here, you watch it bubble, you choose what to add. And you wait for that perfect moment when the sauce thickens around every bite. It feels both casual and theatrical. If you want Korean street food with energy, noise, and heat, start here. Next is gimbap, one of the easiest Korean foods to love instantly. It looks simple, but that's exactly why it travels so well. It's portable, colorful, comforting, and easy to understand even if you've never tried Korean food before. In recent years, gimbap has become a global phenomenon. But in Seoul, one of the best places to feel its street food charm is Gwangjang Market. This market is famous for fast, addictive mini gimbap that people eat between other dishes, almost like a rhythm food. One bite, then another, then another. The rice is lightly seasoned, the filling is simple, and the sesame aroma does a lot of the work. It is market food, quick, friendly, familiar, and strangely memorable. Now, Korean fried chicken. Globally, this is one of the biggest winners in K-food. Crisp outside, juicy inside, and often balanced with a glaze that hits sweet, salty, and spicy at once. But instead of a modern chain, let's go to Suwon Chicken Street. This is where fried whole chicken became part of local food culture, with old-school shops and a style that feels rooted, not manufactured. The sound matters here. The bubbling oil, the chopping board, the crunch of the crust. Korean fried chicken is often described through flavor, but in places like this, texture is the real story. It's the Korean obsession with getting the bite exactly right. And when you eat it in a street known for doing this for decades, it feels less like fast food and more like heritage in a paper-lined tray. Fourth, bibimbap. If you want one Korean dish that explains balance, color, and structure in a single bowl, this is it. Rice, vegetables, egg, sauce, and often beef. All separate at first, then mixed into one complete bite. To understand bibimbap properly, go to Jeonju. Here, bibimbap is not just a pretty dish for photos. It represents method, arrangement, contrast, harmony. Before you mix it, the bowl already looks finished. After you mix it, the flavor becomes something else entirely. That transformation is the whole point. Bibimbap feels healthy, beautiful, and deeply Korean without being intimidating. Last, Korean barbecue, but with a Jeju identity. Jeju black pork is one of the most famous regional meat experiences in Korea. It feels richer, more local, and more destination-specific than a standard barbecue meal in the city. And in Jeju, there is even a black pork street dedicated to it. This is where food becomes place in the most literal way. The atmosphere changes at night. Neon signs turn on, smoke rises from the grills, and dinner becomes part of the street itself. This is not a quick snack. It's a sit-down reward. A food memory. The kind of meal that makes people say, "This was worth flying for." So if you visit Korea, don't just ask what to eat. Ask where that food feels most alive. A spicy pan in Sindang-dong. A quick bite in Gwangjang Market. A crunchy whole chicken in Suwon. A careful bowl in Jeonju. A smoky black pork dinner in Jeju. That's the difference between trying Korean food and actually remembering Korea through food. If you had to start with just one, which one would you choose? Share your pick in the comments.